Davis and their orchestra. Thank you.
Can you guys hear me? So welcome to our concert this evening. We're very, very excited to perform for you. The students have worked incredibly hard, and this is the sixth graders' very first district concert, so it's extra special for them. Just a few reminders, be aware if you're using flash photography, because some of the kids will be blinded by that, and any sound that is made in the audience can also be heard on the stage. So just keep that in mind as they're trying to listen from so far away from each other to stay together. Your attention is really greatly appreciated. The sixth graders are going to be playing a piece called Finale. They're like, why isn't that last? But you know, sometimes it's fun to change it up. From the Serenade for Strings by Tchaikovsky. So thanks for being here, and this is the sixth grade orchestra. And we are going to be performing with some percussionists from the high school. So it will sound like we start, but we're just going to do a quick sound check for balance, and then I'll turn around and give you guys a thumbs up when we really start.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Norma Davis, and I'm the director of the Morristown High School Orchestra. And that's the group that you see on stage right now. We're really excited to be hosting this concert tonight, and we're so proud of all of our Frelinghuysen friends who've come over to share their music with us as well. So nice job, and we can't wait to have you come up and join us on the stage a bit later. The first song that you're going to hear us play is called The Emerald Falcon. It was written by Richard Meyer. It's kind of a modern piece. And it's one of those pieces that doesn't have an actual story, so you have to use your imagination. Who is this Emerald Falcon? Is the Emerald Falcon a superhero? Is the Emerald Falcon a bird soaring around doing wild adventures? So as we play the music, you'll hear some really cool rhythmic parts and then some really lovely melodies. So just let your imagination run wild with the Emerald Falcon. Thank you. That piece featured solos by two of our amazing seniors, Allison Herrera on violin, and Taylor Ewing on bass. So next we have a little preview of one of the songs that we're going to be playing in our spring concert on May 21st. And I know that the FMS kids also have a spring concert coming up in May. So we hope to come to your concert, and we hope that you'll join us at our concert as well. We have a lot of wonderful songs to present, and one of them is called La Cascara. So we're just going to give you a tiny taste of what it's about, and the song has like a lot of cool Latin percussion. So tonight will be our mini version, and come back May 21st to hear the full version. Can hear the full version in May. And I'd like to acknowledge Ben Furman and Jonah Horn, who played percussion for us today. Okay, so we have some special groups at the high school, and one of them is called Camerata. Camerata is a really fun group because they perform without a conductor. So they'll be playing a song for you tonight called Eine kleine Nachtmusik by Mozart. So Camerata, you guys can set up. And Orchestra, you can have a seat in the audience and enjoy it. Finished all of our separate groups for the different grade levels, so now we're going to move on to our combined pieces. And these are really exciting because it's a chance for the middle schoolers to sit side by side with our high schoolers, and it's just been a really good experience for us. So the first piece that you're going to hear is played by the Chamber Orchestra combined. And it's going to be the Symphony Number 10 by Mozart. You just heard some Mozart, now you hear Mozart again. This particular piece was written when Mozart was only 15 years old. So as a teenager, he had a lot of music in his mind already, and he loved to write music and compose and perform. So we hope that you'll enjoy Symphony Number 10 by Mozart. Thank you. We have a second piece with the combined chamber orchestras, and this is a really fun number. It combines a whole lot of different pieces that are in some of the Pixar movies. So you'll hear some music from Cars, you'll hear some music from Finding Nemo, Ratatouille, The Incredibles, Toy Story. There's just a whole bunch of really, really fun movie themes in this arrangement, so we hope that you'll enjoy it. And our percussionists are back to join us there in the back. Yeah, so the magical world of Pixar, here we go. sections to it. There's a prelude, there's a tournament, there's a ceremony, and I think the sixth graders did a marvelous job practicing with us yesterday on this, so we hope you'll enjoy some medieval wars. You're looking at like 125 string players on the stage right now. That is amazing. And we have 12 double basses back there, which is unprecedented. I don't think we've ever had it. Amazing. So fantastic job, sixth graders. You can carefully head off the stage, and we'll get the seventh graders up here for our next number. Is the seventh grade orchestra combined with the high schoolers. And they're playing a song called Kingdom Dance. It's from the movie Tangled. And this song came up a lot. Like I always ask the high schoolers, what do you want to play? And they give me these most amazing suggestions for different songs. And if I have the music or can get it, then we do different songs that they picked. So Tangled has been coming up like so many times, and some of our juniors have literally asked for it every single year since freshman year. So this year we're doing it. And it sounds amazing. We hope you enjoy it. It's just a really happy, joyous dance. It's perfect for springtime, the King of Dance from Tango.
Directors of all of these. That's amazing. When the sixth graders stood up in their applause, did you see those smiles? My heart melted. It's just wonderful. And it just proves to me that they're learning so much love and warmth and respect all the way up from sixth grade to high school. So I'm so happy for that. I'll just be very, very brief as the stage is set up. Cindy McLaughlin. I'm currently the president of the Berlin Music Boosters, and I'm old, so I'm going to read from my script, so I don't mind, but I don't want to say everything. But tonight, it's such a wonderful night, and I look forward to this every single year. I'm a mom of 4 kids in the high school. All of them are in music, and my son Bobby plays the bass. And he's also marching band in the brass, but he doesn't know. But not only do we get to see our musicians showcase their incredible talent, but we also get to witness this continuity of all of our music programs from lower school, kindergarten school, all the way up to high school. And when I see this continuity, it's like a passing of this proverbial torch from our seniors who are leading us, and then all the way to our upcoming freshmen. So it's just lovely to see. We love to see how these musicians all up on stage inspire one another, and they carry forward such a shared love of creating this music together. So these events are wonderful to see. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about these events. I cherish these events so much because I'm the parent of 4 musicians, as I said, and I love being part of the community of the parents that support all these musicians. So the Boosters here at Morristown High School is a nonprofit organization. We are run by parents and guardians and family members just like you. And we spend a lot of our time supporting the directors and enriching all of our students' experiences, not only here but beyond the classroom. So we help fund new instrument purchases. We just actually purchased a beautiful new bass trombone. I had to lot to do that because Bobby plays trombone, and we needed some new ones. We had to raise money. But parents like us help do that. We fund also not only just new instrument purchases, we fund master classes. So when your students come up here and they are attending music in the high school, they have wonderful directors and musicians that come and teach these children in master classes, and they're life-changing and they're wonderful. So we help fund that. We fund festival fees, we buy the new music, we organize all the marching band dinners, we do tailgates, we bring the spirit to events like the St. Patrick's Day Parade. I actually bring the Baileys, but that's just me. That we bring a lot of stuff. But we're looking forward to the high school parents and guardians to join the Boosters. So I'm here to plug a little bit about the Boosters. We'd like to ask you to please come and take a look at our booth. I've been president of the organization for 3 years, but Jen Huster is a parent who's now taking over the presidency, and we have a lot of open board positions. So we are looking for parents who love to support their children. I'll tell you, these 4 years go very fast, and when you're a member of the Boosters, you get to see things right up front. You get to be with your kids, you get to enjoy them right up front, but you get to be with them for the 4 years. It does go fast. So please consider joining us or learning more about us. And then the last thing I'll say before I hand it over is that we have a little reception for all of you. Please take a minute to mingle and tell your children how proud you are of them, and we hope to see you out there. And for the support of tonight, thank you so much. And again, please give a round of applause for our wonderful team.
Before we play our last piece, there are a few people I would like to thank as well. So a night like tonight doesn't come together without many hands helping. And I have to give a very big hand to my colleague, Ms. Samantha Tomlin, who works so hard with these middle schoolers. Just out of curiosity, how many of the kids on the stage had Ms. Tomlin as a teacher at some point? Exactly. So what we're hoping is that the middle schoolers will get excited about continuing playing their instruments and continuing making music throughout high school as well. So we really hope that you'll join us here at the high school, 8th graders. I hope like you will be our 9th grade class next year. I can't wait to have you up here at the high school. We have a lot of fun. And I think you're going to love being in the orchestra, so I can't wait to have you as my students. Additionally, I'd like to thank Mr. Manning and Mr. Marchese, the 2 principals of our 2 schools, and Mr. John Polino, my supervisor. I'd also like to thank one of our amazing sophomores, Robin Becerra, who made this beautiful cover art. Way to go, Robin. And I'd like to thank also all of the parents who came out tonight to support your kids. You know, you guys are really important in the trajectory of your kids' lives. So thank you to all the parents. And I think that's all the thank yous I have. I think Ms. Tomlin has a word or two.
Just one more thank you, right? And it's David. Not only is it here at the high school, I'm a hard work.
High school is pretty tricksy. There are lots of scheduling issues, and the kids really work hard to keep orchestra in their schedule. So just before we play our song, high schoolers, can you tell me how many of you take AP classes? Now remind you, there are 8th graders on the stage. They cannot raise their hands. But of the high schoolers, how many of you take APs? How many of you do sports? How many of you do more than one sport? A few of you do. How many of you do theater? How many of you do clubs? Oh, really good. How many of you like science? How many of you like math? How many of you like writing? How many of you like music? There we go. Okay, so at the high school, there are so many opportunities. There's lots to do. It's a wonderful place to be, and we hope that you'll find a home right here in the music department as well. Our last piece is called Warrior Legacy. This is a very fun and dramatic piece. It's a perfect closer for tonight. We hope you'll enjoy it. It's super dramatic, and it ends with a gallop. So imagine that you're riding horses in some kind of a warrior scenario, and have fun. Just have a seat for 1 second, kids. Okay. So we've come to the end of our concert. Thank you again for coming tonight. We're really thrilled that we had a fine audience tonight to clap for us. There's a wonderful reception that's been put together by the Maroon and White Music Boosters. We thank them for doing that. We would love for these students to put their instruments away first and then join us at the cookie table. So let's just make sure our instruments are in safe spots, and then we can enjoy this. Thanks again for coming, and have a wonderful spring break next week.